Hey guys, welcome to Drop Time, the self-proclaimed #1 podcast that covers the latest sneaker releases. We're your hosts with the most.
This is Jamal.
This is Luis. Make sure to check us out on Twitter at @droptime_, and also on Instagram at _droptime.
Today is January 24th. We are on episode 27. Last week was a pretty busy week, a good amount of releases. This upcoming week, not as much, but there's still some good things to go after. So make sure that you got your post notifications on Twitter on so you're not missing out on anything that is coming up. But before we go in to let you know what happened in the previous week, let's give you a quick rundown of what we will see coming up this week. So it's going to be the week of the 24th to the 30th. As usual, Sunday through Thursday. This time it is through Thursday. We're not going to be seeing anything happen. We'll update you guys if we see anything, but so far there's nothing set to be dropping. But to start things off on Friday the 29th, we will see the worldwide release of the Patta by New Balance 991s. We will also see the Jaden Smith New Balance Vision Racers in a black and white colorway. And to end off Friday, we will see a hand-dyed Air Force One by Stussy. These are hand-dyed in California. Those will be dropping on the 29th. And then to end off the week on Saturday the 30th, we will see the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Street Hawkers. And what's anticipated to release, there is a set Yeezy release on the 30th. What's anticipated is going to be the Yeezy Boost 700 V2s in a cream colorway. But before we go into the details of the upcoming week, let's give you a rundown of what we saw in the previous week. So to kick it off on Thursday, because we didn't see anything Sunday through Wednesday, Luis, what did we see drop on Thursday the 21st?
So on Thursday, we saw the noted Nike Dunk High Midnight Navy release. So these first dropped on Noter, and then they dropped later on in the week on sneakers. So you had a double chance of getting these shoes. So when they first dropped on the 21st, this is regular retail on the website. So you had a really good opportunity to get them. It was first come, first serve. No weird stuff like second domain or anything like that. It was a straight up release. We posted the link. So if you got it, hey, what's up? Congrats to you. These shoes retailed for $150. Current resale, $300 to $600. So it's a pretty big difference right there in the resale wise. But still, even at the $300 level, that's still some good money right there. And we also saw the Noter released the same shoe in the light Orwood brown colorway, which is exclusive to Noter. So we saw it nowhere else, just on Noter. So if you got it, congratulations to yourself, because this was the only time to get it. We might see a release later on. Maybe this is just me, like, just throwing these, like,
definitely just you throwing things out.
This is me throwing things out there, but we might see a later release later on. This is me just making stuff up.
I'm not sure they're ever releasing this one again.
Hey Jamal, come on, bro. Give these people some positivity, man.
Oh no, by all means, you can tell them that you think so. That's your opinion.
It's my opinion.
But hey, maybe somehow Luis ends up being right, and we see some drop later on.
Hey, hopefully. Hey, these shoes retail for $150. Current resale, $550 to $700. That's a really big profit margin right there. But that was pretty much it for Thursday. Thursday was a pretty solid Thursday. Pretty solid start of the week. You know, there were other things that released in the week that we're not going to talk about. They're not important. But that was it for Thursday. You know, one thing though I miss, Jamal, the thing I just really miss, man, is saying Supreme Thursdays, man.
Yeah, aren't they starting up first week of February or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's first week of February, and they're still going to do in-store releases too, so that's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, so not too far away. We only 2 weeks left to probably wait, something like that.
That's it, man. That's it. But yeah, like I said, that's it for Thursday. Friday, crazy day. I know Jamal wants to talk about Friday. He's super excited. He's like jumping up in his chair. I can see him right now.
I don't know how you can see me, but yeah, I'm definitely jumping up and down. On Friday the 22nd, we saw the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Street Hawkers. We saw these drop. This drop, the 22nd, was on sneakers. Yeah, it was on sneakers. Definitely a hard shoe to go for. If I remember correctly, did you go for these, Luis? That's the first question I'll ask.
Yeah, I did.
So was it? Sneakers crashed, didn't it? It wasn't letting people enter or something like that. If I remember, I think it was this one.
Well, I don't know if I told you, Jamal, but I have issues with sneakers every single time I enter. Like, it makes me confirm my password, and it sometimes makes me confirm my email.
Well, has you do that? It has me do that sometimes, but not every time.
No, for me it's every single time. Every single time.
Interesting.
And then
That's
it
weird.
and then it has me add my address.
Oh yeah, I've had that do it. That's like yeah, when the app crashes, when it has issues, when their backend servers crash, it'll have me do that, but not every time.
No, for me it's every single time. Every single time.
You must be getting unlucky and only go in for the shoes the times that the servers crash.
I think it's
I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I mean, have you tried I don't know, resetting your password and re-adding your address?
I've done that. I've reset my password. I've changed addresses. I've changed cards.
All right, hit up Nike.
Send a message. I'm gonna send them a strongly worded letter.
But yeah, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that the servers somewhat crashed. So it was definitely a hard shoe to try to get. Extremely limited. Congrats to anybody that was able to get them on sneakers. You know, at the end of the day, sneakers is not the easiest place to get something, but do not make that give you the impression of it's not worth entering. It's always worth entering because it only takes that one time. If you had hit this, the shoe retail 110, resale is $650 to over $1,000. So it doesn't make a difference if you had missed the last 5 releases. You hit this, you could have made up to $1,000. So even if you haven't hit on sneakers for 3, 4, 5 years, to me, it'd be worth it. It takes you like what, 10 seconds to a minute to enter on sneakers. So if you're gonna make $1,000 off of one shoe entering, hey, that's worth it to me. I wasn't one of those people that were able to get one. I didn't get one, so that's how it goes though. But you move on to the next release that we saw on Friday. We saw Virgil Abloh's book Icons. Retail was $70. It kind of sells around retail. It's kind of I mean, at the end of the day, it's a book. I wasn't expecting this to go for anything.
Hey, after what we saw with Virgil and what he did at Pop Smoke, it's no surprise that this is selling for retail.
It's yeah. I mean, it's I don't know if anybody will read the book. To me, this is something you throw on the coffee table. It look nice. It's like somebody come through and like, oh, I know that guy. Yeah, I got the book. And that's it. That's where the conversation ends. Nobody opens it up.
It's the sort of thing that you have, like I said, like Jamal said, as a piece for your coffee table. Like you bring a special person over and they're like, oh, wow, like you like art? Oh, yeah, I love Virgil Abloh. I love Louis Vuitton. I love what he's did with the whole... what does Virgil do?
Deconstruction?
I love what Virgil's done with the deconstruction, you know? It's very avant-garde.
Swiss cheese? And everything.
And then you can kind of go in like with Virgil, how he started off with Pyrex and where he grew. Like I think he's creative designer of like Louis Vuitton.
You're about to go give somebody who haven't come through the history of Virgil.
Yeah, dude. What sort of
nice like midday conversation?
Yeah, what sort of conversations do you have, Jamal, with people?
Well, I guess not this one because I didn't get the book to put on my coffee table, so I guess I'm missing out on a conversation like that. Maybe I should buy the book to do that.
You could buy the book. You could buy a better book. You could buy a cause book, or you could buy
that. I can't have the conversation. I think it might be worth the $70 to be able to put that on the coffee table and have somebody come through and be like, "Oh, what's this?" And you get to break down the history of Virgil. I don't know. I don't know if anything beats that. Forget cause.
I kind of see where you're coming from. Yeah. I see the vision. Yeah, I see it.
Exactly. Cause doesn't make Swiss cheese out of shoes, so I don't know. It might be
Cause doesn't make Swiss cheese out of shoes.
Yeah, Virgil makes Swiss
I'm not a fan of Swiss cheese, bro. I'm more of like a pepper jack.
Oh, you should go let him know. He's the one putting holes in everything. You should go let him know. I mean, he put holes in even. I'm pretty sure I saw some pants that he made, like off-white pants that they had holes in them, like the Jordan 5s had. I'm pretty sure there were some pants that got holes in them the same way. It's one way to make stuff. I guess it sells, but
you know something. Have you heard of the brand Chrome Hearts?
No, I have not.
Get out of here, dude. You haven't? You serious?
No, I've never heard of Chrome Hearts.
Okay, so Chrome.
I should have heard about.
Well, I think since we're like this is kind of like a hype culture podcast.
Oh no, I'm not into hype culture. I just straight up I buy Jordan 1s, I buy Yeezys. That's all I know about. I don't know anything else.
Damn, Jamal.
I know nothing else. If it's not a Yeezy or a Jordan 1, bro, get that out of my face.
Yeah, so someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Chrome Hearts is a biker brand based in the US, if I remember correctly.
No, I heard they're a motorcycle brand.
Didn't I say that? Biker brand?
I'm just messing with you, bro. I don't even know I've never even heard of the brand.
It is. Let me see what it
Are
is.
you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm actually looking it up.
It sounds actually. It sounds like a biker brand.
Yeah, it says, well, the official description says Chrome Hearts is a high-end brand which produces silver accessories, gold and diamond jewelry, eyewear, leather, clothing, and furniture. Anyways, just to go off of that, yeah, they do everything. But one thing though that Chrome Hearts is like really well known for is their jeans. So just imagine like a Levi jeans with a cross on it.
I'm waiting to see what this is getting at.
Well, Chrome Hearts has crosses, and Virgil rips everything and he constructs it.
Wait, that's your connection?
Yeah, dude.
I think you just wanted to bring up Chrome Heart. Like, I think you're just treating this like a coffee table conversation. Like, you just want to bring up Chrome Hearts because you knew about it. Like, you're about to be on Virgil.
Hey, Jamal. Well, next week we have what? How many shoes dropping? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shoes. We gotta fill up the podcast somehow.
Oh, I mean, what was the connection?
They both
wanted to bring up something you knew about.
They both have bad jean designs. That's the connection.
Does Off-White make jeans?
You just said that Off-White make jeans, bro.
No, I said they make pants. I don't think they were jeans. They were like a leather. It was like a leather pant. It was like, what's it called? Like the plastic ones, like the shiny plastic ones. I think it was like that. I don't think it was jeans.
Well, outerwear.
Yeah, they're a clothing company, and this Chrome Hearts is a clothing company. Same thing. Yeah.
All right, so what else is coming out, Jamal?
We also saw the women's Air Jordan 4 Starfish. These retail $200. Resale right now sitting $210 to $240. So prices didn't have a massive drop. They kind of stayed steady. That's kind of the price that they were selling at before the drop. So there was some money to be made, mostly a personal. I personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of this colorway. I like when they did the Starfish where it was more orange and white. This was a very dark version of Starfish colorway, in my opinion. I liked it more when it was lightened up. Like on the 13, it was much more lighter. When they did it on the Jordan 1, it's a lot more lighter, a lot more white. There wasn't so much black. So I wasn't the biggest fan, but if you got them, congrats. I don't think it ended up being somewhat easy, but you actually had to put some effort for majority of the sizes, especially the big sizes. You had to put some effort to try to get them, but it was definitely one of the easier drops of the week to get. I'm assuming, Luis, you didn't go for these.
No, I didn't go for them.
Did you like them?
I like them and everything, but they first of all, they probably don't have my size.
No, they don't. I think went up. No, actually, I think they went big sizes. I think there was like I'm pretty sure I remember some places like the went up past 12. I could be mistaken though.
I'm a 12 and a half, so that's kind of a weird size to begin with.
Okay, well, yeah, probably didn't have your size, and there's so no reason to buy them to sell.
Exactly.
But the other drop we saw, we're not done. There's still some drops on Friday, like we said. The last week was a pretty busy week. We also saw the Nike Air Max 1 Obsidians. To me, this is kind of what I was expecting out of these shoes. I think it surprised a lot of people, but retail was $140. Resale right now is sitting at $180 to $240. So actually really good profits. They ended up being, I think a lot of people slept on them. They ended up being a bit more limited. I knew they were going to be somewhat limited, but they were a bit more limited. In the US, all we saw them drop was on sneakers. And then Europe also had a release. They had them at a lot more places, not on sneakers, but they had them at other retailers. Definitely possible to get, but you actually have to try. They were not easy to get. Did you have any opinion on these, Luis? You want to throw anything extra on these?
Nah, man, I don't really have anything yet to talk about.
Like we always talk about, most of the stuff we post about expect it to have some resale or at least sell above retail. So we're out here to help you get the hard stuff to get.
And if anything, they're just conversation starters, man. just like Chrome Hearts.
Yeah, like the Virgil book. It ain't sell for anything, but it's a good way to start a conversation. Whenever you're in a tough situation, you need something to talk about. Just pull
talk about
book.
shoes.
There you go. But yeah, I would say, of course, don't just take it as whatever we post, it's gonna resell. That's definitely not the situation. We're out here to help you get the hard stuff to get. So not everything that's limited will have resell. I've seen stuff that the shoe ends up having a few thousand pairs and the thing sells for retail. So just because of limited doesn't mean profit, but it can. Or something can be extremely available. There can, like a lot of Jordan 11s, they'll have 100,000 pairs and the thing ends up selling for $100 profit. So just expect a good amount of stuff that we post. It most likely will have some resale, but do your own research. Make sure you are checking on everything to make sure you understand what you're purchasing before you purchase it. But I would say if you're out here trying to make some money on this stuff, don't skip out on things like that. Like the Air Max 1, I think a lot of people skipped out on it. So it was easier than it should have been to purchase. But if you ain't think it was going to do anything, you missed out. So make sure you're doing your research. Make sure you listen into the podcast. If you know there are people out here trying to resell, let them know about the podcast, because we break things down like this. We let you know, hey, this is what's coming out. This is what we expect out of it. This is what we think you should go for. Like the Virgil book, we didn't say you should go for it. It's a good collector's item, but we didn't say go for it. The Air Maxes we talked about last week, and we talked about in the podcast before the release happened. We said we think this is going to be good, and look what happened. It's selling for a nice profit.
I think this is a pretty good time to talk about the release of the Drop Time website. Okay. Because
we can add that in right now.
Because like Jamal's been going on for the past maybe 2 minutes about how
you're trying to say something? Am I just rambling on too much? This guy's talking about a clothing brand and relating it because it's a clothing brand to Virgil. And
no, but I'm saying no.
About talking for 2 minutes.
No, Jamal's making really good points. Like we're here to help you. We're here to help the community for free, and like a lot of things that we talk about, they're relevant in the streetwear culture, sneaker culture, hype culture, and whatnot. So they are it's good. We provide good advice and whatnot. So like this new step that we're taking here at Drop Time, we created this website that's going to serve as a point of I guess how would you say this, Jamal? A point of what? Contact?
No,
like a base.
Yeah, like a base, like
a base.
It'll be a secondary place to get information and to get even more information. So
and organized, very organized.
Yeah. And so there's an advantage to the tweets. Definitely don't take it as an alternative to the Twitter. It's going to be something completely different. So
it's going to be in conjunction to Twitter.
Exactly. It's a nice complement. It's a conjuncture to Twitter. So Twitter, definitely keep those notifications on. That's how you stay up to date. That's how you actually hit stuff, because like all of these PS5, Xbox restocks, you're not hitting them if you start following us on the site, because we're not posting those on the site. That's a restock or something like that. Make sure you get those notifications on for Twitter. And if you know anybody out there that's been missing out and trying to still get a PS5 or an Xbox, you must not be that great of friends with them or something, because if you haven't told them about Drop Time and to follow Drop Time and put post notifications on, they should not be still trying to wait for a PS5. At this point, I expect every single follower that was trying to get one should have had one already. If not
exactly,
more, there should have no reason that somebody out there doesn't have a PS5.
Exactly.
So,
and
yeah,
one of the really cool features on the new Drop Time website is that we're going to be posting more raffles and sooner.
Yeah, so it'll have the raffles. We'll also break down, like what we do on the Twitter. We break down what sites are dropping a shoe. It'll be on the site also. But then there's going to be not memberships, because it doesn't cost anything. What would you call it? There's
you can create an account on the website. It's going to show which raffles you entered and which raffles ended already. That way you can check your emails to see if you got a notification already or not. So if you won the raffle.
Yeah, so you can stay up to date with the raffles, because definitely raffles is something you don't want to sleep on. They're easy to enter. It's like sneakers. You can enter it. It's not like the highest probability of hitting, but also trying to go for a drop, first come, first serve on a site isn't necessarily also the highest probability of hitting a pair. So to increase your chances, you might have to put a bit more work. that extra work is entering raffles, and it can be very, very good for people because I see people hit raffles all the time. What you have to do is enter. That's how you're able to win raffles. You enter it, so you'll be able to track the raffles that you've entered. So you're not wondering, did I enter this raffle? Is there a new one I need to enter? This does that all for you. So you just enter and you move on with your day. But the key to that is you'll have to have an account. Don't worry, we're not like, there's nothing special about that. It's not a paid account or anything like that. You just create an account, and that's how you'll be able to track the raffles that you have entered.
You'll still, if you don't have an account, you can still go on the website and everything, but you will not be able to track the raffles you've entered at all whatsoever.
Exactly. But it's we think the site is gonna be a nice addition. It'll be, like Louis said, a conjuncture to the Twitter. It'll be a nice base to find all the information. I know how it is on Twitter. Sometimes it's hard to sort. Like if you're trying to find a release, we do keep posting like reminders of, hey, this is gonna drop in an hour, 30 minutes, whatever. But here's like a nice base where you can go straight up to it. You can see the release and see everything about the release.
Exactly. And that's a pretty good like jumping point to what's else gonna happen. Well, what happened last week? So last week we also had the Patta New Balance 991 in the dusty pink colorway. So this was a regular release, but what Patta did is they made a separate website. So they dropped the sneaker on the separate website, and they had men's and women's sizing. So one thing that we've noticed with Jamal and I is that currently the men's version and the women's version are going for approximately the same price. So let's say you didn't get them last week. Hey, that's cool. There's going to be an opportunity later on this week to get them again for the global release. So this shoe retailed for 220 euros. Current resale $400 to $500. So it's a pretty healthy resale right there. Did you go for this one, Jamal?
I did. I was not successful. This was, I thought they would have more stock than they did. This was actually a fairly hard release. And I guess it shows in the resale of how hard the release actually was, because not even previous Patta New Balances are having numbers like this initially. They might now, but initially they didn't have stuff like this. So I guess there's a lot more demand and a lot more limited nature to this. But we'll have to see after the global release what prices settle at.
We'll see. And that was it for Friday the 22nd. And on Saturday the 23rd, we had the world, I guess you could say, like the wider release of a Notre Nike Dunk High in the midnight navy colorway. So this so far was on the US sneakers. We will see a global release later on.
Oh, what? This was just on sneakers. That's it.
US sneakers.
That's it.
They're not going to do a global release?
Oh, pretty much just US sneakers. There's nothing set for any other country to get them. Just US sneakers, unfortunately.
All right, well, I guess Jamal corrected me. Shoe retails for $150, current resale $300 to $600. So, pretty good opportunity. Second chance, I guess you could say, on getting that pair of shoes if you didn't get them earlier in the week. And we also saw the Air Jordan 5 Low CNY release on US and sneakers in the EU. Retail at $215, current resale $240 to $330. So pretty healthy resale right there. So if you guys don't know what CNY stands for Chinese New Year. And this year, Chinese New Year is going to be on February 12th, which is on Friday. It's going to be the year of the ox, so
it's going to be a strong year.
Yeah, strong year. Chinese New Year is also known in other Asian countries as a new Lunar New Year, which it's synonymous with Chinese New Year too. So it's just some random information I wanted to throw in right there. You know,
it's always good to have extra info.
Exactly. And that's not it for Saturday. We still had one more pair of shoes. This was, I guess you can say, kind of like a doozy to some people in the community. Some people didn't see this happening, and some people said it's been happening to them all year long. So, Jamal, what's up?
We saw the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 in the sun colorway. So this was a big change up by Adidas. So as we know, the retail price on 700s is $300, but they changed it up on this one. They dropped the price by a staggering $60. They only retailed at $240. So massive price drop. I think this is more in line with what the shoe should have ever cost. $300 was ridiculous to me. I mean, there was no other Yeezy that even came close to that retail price. Not even a reflective 350 was 300. They were 250. So 240. I like that price drop. I think that was a good thing. I hope they come out with a lot more 700s. at that price, so it's not just a one-time hit and then we never see it at that price again. But resale right now is sitting at $480 to $600. So this was an interesting release. These were extremely limited. I think the sellout time on Yeezy Supply ended up being 15 or 20 minutes, which if you've been going for Yeezy Supply for a long time, you know that's extremely quick. It was tough to get. It wasn't at not many places even released them. There was maybe a handful of places that actually dropped them. Adidas did. They're confirmed. Of course, that was hard to get. Yeah, it was overall a hard shoe to get. I don't think anybody was expecting them to be this limited, but that's how it ended up going, and that's how it's gone for a good amount of shoes, like the Obsidians. I don't think anybody expected them to be as limited as they were, but they ended up being limited. Did you go for these, Luis? So what's your opinion on these, and did you go for them?
Opinion. I love these. I love the colors. Super vibrant. Definitely something that I would wear them.
Okay.
Did I go for them?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go for them.
Why not? There's no interest?
Huh?
No interest?
I was just too busy, man. I'm gonna be honest, straight up. I was just too busy. I wasn't trying to be up trying to get the shoe.
No, that makes sense. It's definitely an early release for Yeezy Supply, and Yeezy Supply was kind of like the main place to even try for them, which even then it was nearly impossible.
Yeah, but it's definitely something I would pay resale for. Have I paid a resale for a shoe ever? No, but have I considered it?
Huh.
I've never paid a resale for a shoe.
That's good.
Yeah,
well,
never.
Good and bad, I guess. It's good because that means you probably get a lot of shoes yourself.
Yeah. I guess I get a healthy amount of shoes. You know, I'm not one to get all the off-white releases, but then
No. He's being humble. He's a cook god. If you ever need shoes, hit up Luis.
No, please do not DM us asking for shoes.
Yeah,
we've had people.
Luis, straight up Luis. He'll get you whatever you want.
No, I will not. I'm good. But that was pretty much it.
Well, I forgot to include it, which it was a very, very limited release, but I guess we covered it, so I'll just recap it real quick. There was the Nike Dunk Lows in the Court Purple colorway.
Oh yeah.
This was just in Europe though, and just in Europe on Sneakers EU or UK, all of the EU countries. Retail on them is 100. Resale right now is sitting at 280 to 350 plus. So it's definitely this is a weird colorway. It's been, from what I've seen, is like it randomly dropped at places. As we all know, there's still logistical issues. This was a shoe that initially released months ago, like probably like 5 or 6 months is when the first retailers got them. Finally, sneakers got their chance at them. So they did drop them. I assume it was a very hard shoe to get. Probably a lot of people were going for them. So congrats to anybody that was able to get for them. But yeah, that was just an extra bonus to the week.
So once again, that was the end of Saturday, the end of the week, Saturday 23rd. Pretty solid week. There's a lot of shoes to go for. So if you went for them and you're successful, congratulations to yourself. And if you didn't, or if you weren't successful, there's this week coming up. So this week on Sunday, we had nothing. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, guess what, Jamal?
Nothing.
Exactly. So we don't see anything till Friday the 29th. So there's a lot of days right there to rest, you know. And between those days of resting, the Drop Time website is going to go live. So be ready on the Twitter account and Instagram accounts. Be ready to see the link, you know, because it's a secret for now. Nobody knows the link. Well, Jamal and I do, and the rest of the team knows the link, but you guys don't. So that's what's up. So on Friday the 29th, we're going to see the Patta New Balance 991 Dusty Pink worldwide release. So be sure to check the Drop Time website for a complete list of all the retailers that will be dropping. For now, Patta has listed a couple retailers out of all of them. It's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, don't trust their list. I'm very confused with what they're like. Do you think they're trying to help people out? Like, hey, by the way, this is the places releasing. I'm confused.
They might not have.
Yeah,
they might not have like complete knowledge of where all their stock is going.
You think they don't even know who's releasing their own shoe?
Hey, nowadays, man.
I mean, maybe.
Nobody knows anything.
That's a good point.
So yeah, so shoes retailing for $220, approximate resale $400 to $500 plus. So it's a pretty good shoe to go for. You know, I know Jamal.
Like colorway. I am a bit surprised that price that's going for right now. We'll see how well that holds up after the world release, but I think it's a very solid colorway. This is
Dusty pink is definitely catching eyes. Like we've seen pink become very popular with Supreme, so I guess it's kind of catching on to the rest of the community. That pink
really missing Supreme, huh?
Dude, it's the 28th, dude, and it's gonna be the 28th. I'm not gonna say Supreme Thursday. We're not gonna talk about anything on Thursday, so I had to throw it in on the Friday.
There you go.
That's pretty much. That's not pretty much it. We still have more things. We have the Jaden Smith New Balance Vision Razor in the black colorway, so it's gonna be a worldwide release at the regular retailers. I usually get them. Foot Sites might also be getting them. Can you confirm that, Jamal?
Yes, Foot Sites will also be getting them. So it's definitely there's gonna be a good amount of places to try to get these shoes if you're wanting to go for them.
Yeah, so retail is $150. Current resale approximate $160 to $200. So that's a pretty healthy resale right there. And if you miss on the other colorways, this is a pretty good chance to get them. The black colorway, you know, everything. Black goes with everything. It's a pretty like universal color.
And to something Luis will like is there's some hints of pink in it. So you know they got that pink theme through the shoe also.
Yeah, pink is very big, you know, because it's Supreme right now.
There you go. But there will be a secondary colorway of the shoe. There will also be a white version. It'll have the hints of pink. It's straight up the exact same thing, but instead of the black on the shoe, it'll be the white on the shoe. Same retail, same places will get them. Resale probably about the same, 160, 200. Vision racers were good in the beginning. I personally, I don't know. I don't really care for the shoe in pictures. I've yet to see them in person. Maybe they look better in person, but they've kind of, the resale has somewhat died off. They're not going for what they did initially. It's still a solid shoe. It's still not the easiest to get. It's still worth trying to go for if you actually want the shoe, because if you don't go for them, they will sell out. So it's not you can just sit around and wait for them. So definitely something still solid to go for. Over the black, which one would you get, the black or the white? I guess this is kind of like a comparison for like an Air Force One. Like they have a black and white. Would you go for this black or a white?
This kind of reminds me, I forgot what the shoe is. It's a Nike shoe that they did a collab with Supreme, and on the side of the shoe it says Supreme, like in wraparound letters.
I don't know. I can't think of which one it is.
What is it called? Man, are you gonna really make me log in to my Fight Club account?
I can't think of what it's called.
Let me log in because
shoe release.
Huh?
How long ago did the shoe release?
I think maybe like 2018, 2017.
Remember what I said earlier in the podcast? I said if it's not a Jordan 1 or a Yeezy, don't talk to me.
I think it's a Speed Racer.
Speed Racer Nike? I don't think, is that even a thing?
I don't know. Let me see. I'm loading up Flight Club right now. But out of these two shoes, let me see which one I would get. I'd go for the white one, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
The white one's definitely something that
it's easier to wear. The black is just very dark.
The black one's cool, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I really like the black one, but I have way too many black shoes. Like, personally, that's why I would go for the white one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because I have way too many black shoes, but that's the only reason. But you know, which one would you go for, Jamal?
I'd probably go for the white. The black is cool. It's not bad. It just, I don't know. The white, it seems easier to wear.
Okay. So I just checked right now on Flight Club, and it was the Supreme Air More Up Tempo, the metallic gold. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah. They had the gold, the red, and was it a silver?
Yeah, I think they had a silver. Yeah, and I think the silver was like green, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I remember those. I got pairs of those. I remember those. Those were a very nice flip.
They kind of remind me of this, man.
Kinda.
Yeah, they kind of look the same. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It was 2017. Yeah, because I remember I got them and I took them to Flight Club, and they were the first pair to hit LA.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, I just had to flex on you.
Sound like that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's is that it for? That's not it, right? We got
one more drop on Friday. We will also see, which is just recently announced today. We will see Air Force One lows hand dyed. So it's going to come. Hold on, let me open the post real quick just so I can tell you an exact number of how many are going to be dropping. So there's going to be 5 different hand dyed Air Force One lows. They were all each hand dyed by Lookout and Wonderland in California. So these are going to be pretty limited. I'm not expecting many of each coming out. Just you have to consider they're hand dyed shoes, so there's probably not going to be too many of them that were made. But it will be 5 unique colorways coming out on the 29th at 10 a.m. PST, which is 1 p.m. EST if you're on the East Coast.
East Coast.
Definitely look out for these. Try to go for them. Don't skip out on them. I'm expecting big things out of these, especially how limited they are. I'm expecting big things out of these. Personally, I'd probably go for the gray ones. I know there's probably the most basic ones to most people, but I like the shoes basic. What about you, Luis? Is there a specific colorway you're liking the best?
The green ones, or like the orange red ones.
The ones on the bottom of the picture, or the second to the top?
The second to the top, like the yellowish orange.
Yeah, that one's not bad actually.
Yeah, and the green ones look pretty cool. I saw like a really big trend of like green, a couple years ago. I don't know if you saw that, Jamal, too, or no?
Green a couple of years ago. Yeah,
there's very green, tons of green. Like they're very popular and like in fashion.
Yeah.
You remember? I think it was like 2016, 2017 when Rihanna did her Fenty slips.
Oh yeah.
You remember that she did a green?
Yeah, like everybody's doing like army green and stuff. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So this shoe definitely reminds me of that like period in fashion industry.
Let's bring back history and bring back that colorway.
Yeah, man, that was an amazing time.
Those definitely go for them. Don't expect them to be easy at all. I expect them to be extremely limited, but maybe Stussy has something up their sleeve and is gonna have a way for us manual people to have a good chance at getting them. We'll have to wait and see how they end up dropping. But again, we're still on Friday. We still have Saturday, the last day of the week, the 30th. What will be the first thing we see drop on Saturday, Luis?
So on Saturday, we have the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro in the Street Hawker colorway. So it's going to release on Canada and Australia sneakers only, because other countries have already released them, but Canada and Australia haven't. Retail $110, resale approximate $650 to $1,100. So if you didn't get them in the if you're in a different country, you didn't get them, you can always switch your location to Canada sneakers or Australia sneakers and get a reshipper in that country and just reship it there, and you'll have another opportunity to get the shoe again. Is this something you're gonna go for, Jamal, or are you just gonna sit it out because you're gonna be like, damn, dude, I'm just gonna take an L, I'm not even gonna try?
Nah, the only way you can take an L is not trying. So
exactly. And something, Jamal, 2 L's make a W.
Hey, that's the best way of looking at it.
Knowledge.
There you go. But there's one other drop we will see on Saturday. There's a set Yeezy drop. The expectation of what's going to be dropping is the Yeezy Boost 700 V2 in the cream colorway. Once we have 100% undoubtable confirmation that's what's dropping, just make sure you checking out on the Twitter. We will post when we're 100% for sure that's what's dropping. But this is what the expectation is right now. Going off of if it's that, retail will be 300. I think resale could be pretty good on them. I think it's a solid colorway. It's definitely one of the better ones that have come out for the V2s. Just as a basic estimate, maybe 350, 450. We could see higher than 450, could see lower than 350. But I would say that's a nice middle ground of what I would expect for these to end up reselling if this is what's going to drop. But again, we will confirm when we have 100% confirmation that's what's releasing. So just make sure, look out on the Twitter for that.
Exactly, and that's pretty much it for this week. This week is going to be kind of slow since we have nothing from Sunday all the way to Thursday, but the one thing that we do have going on is the Drop Time website, so definitely be on the lookout for that. It's going to change the whole sneaker game.
Yes, You don't want to miss out on that. It will have wonderful information. It's going to be a resource for you to enter raffles and keep track of your raffles. So you don't have to be wondering, did I enter this raffle? Did I not enter this raffle? It'll keep track of that. If you just make an account for the site, it'll keep track of all the raffles for you. And then it'll be a nice one-stop shop for figuring out who's dropping and when they're dropping, along with the Twitter. So it's going to be a nice complement to our Twitter account. Make sure you don't skip out on the Twitter. Keep those notifications on so you're not missing any of the craziness coming out this week. I want to make sure everybody has their best chance to get whatever they're trying to get, whatever it is. If it's PS5, Xbox, you're trying to get some Yeezys, you're trying to get these Stussy Air Force Ones, whatever it is, make sure you got those post notifications on so you don't miss out on anything. But thanks again for everybody listening. We are on episode 27. I can't believe we've made it to 27 episodes. I feel like most podcasts ends up like dying out after like 5. So the fact that we pushed through to 27, I'm impressed.
But then again, Jamal, it's who runs the podcast? You know, you and I, we've been passionate about sneakers and hype culture and streetwear for years. You know, it's not just a simple hobby for us; it's a passion. You know, and that's why we make the time to do this podcast, man. It's because this podcast is not just 1 hour of us talking. You know, preparation goes into this. You know, research goes into this. Editing, production, video work, posting on different social media platforms and whatnot. It's not just something that's easy to do, you know?
It's like a job in itself.
Basically, yeah, and we do it for free, you know? It's so we've been in this industry for a while. So like I don't know, like we spoke about this, Jamal, on earlier podcasts, you know, like speaking about if we had a resource like this earlier on when we started reselling, you know, when we started first getting into community, somewhere to learn about like what's going to be hype, how resale is going to look like, you know, that was for free, especially from somebody that's friendly, you know, because we're really friendly.
I like the compliment.
We what?
I like the compliment. It's a nice pat on the back.
Yeah, man, because we do this out of the kindness of our own hearts, you know, nobody's paying us to do this.
Exactly.
We make time from we both lead very busy lives doing other things, you know. We just make time in our busy schedule to just get back to the community, you know. At the end of the day, if we don't do this, exactly, nobody's gonna do it. So it's just, I guess you could say we're doing a public service.
Yeah, but like Luis was saying, it's if we had this resource when we first started out, I mean, things would be completely different. The fact that we had the info, we're able to help other people with the info, and that's what we're doing it for. We know that's something we would have appreciated this when we first started out. So if we can help people out trying to get into this, because it's more than just reselling. Definitely reselling is a big part of it, and by all means, if you're trying to be out there reselling, I mean, I resell myself, Luis resells, so there's nothing wrong with it. It's a nice supplement income. I mean, there's people out there that is their income. They've gotten to that level. So if we're able to help people out with just getting whatever they're trying to get, because at the end of the day, this has become a big industry. Things are much harder to get than they were a few years ago. If we're able to help you out, that's wonderful. And then we're sharing the knowledge that we have accumulated and we have to help people out trying to start out, because the knowledge, the information isn't always easily obtainable, and we're trying to create a space where you can obtain it easier, and you can learn a lot just from listening to this podcast. So if you know anybody out there trying to get into this, or they just interested in this space, hit them up, let them know that they can listen to this podcast, and it's a nice tool to have. And also, I hope there's somewhat entertainment for you guys, because it is a decently long podcast. But you know, some weeks there's a lot to cover, so we're trying to break down everything as good as we can to help you out with your success.
Plus, we have really good ramble, you know, and good content.
Yeah.
So it's not boring to listen to.
Yeah, like the Chrome. What was it? Chrome Hearts.
Yeah, Chrome Hearts.
That's brand in the game. Better than Off-White. Off-White. They need to make their own Icons book. I'll put that on my coffee table. There we go.
Ooh. So on that note, we're going to be ending the podcast this week. Thank you for listening to Drop Time, the self-proclaimed #1 podcast that covers the latest sneaker releases. On behalf of the Drop Time team, we wish you good luck, good health, and good vibes all around. Peace.